Howdy folks, it's Bill Palmer here again, a lesson for learnacousticguitar.com. What I'm going to talk about today is hybrid picking. So by hybrid picking, what I'm talking about, if you haven't heard that term before, it's the idea that you use the pick and then you use the other fingers on your picking hand to, I guess, facilitate some different types of sounds or techniques. I guess one of the ideas behind hybrid picking is that it allows you to keep your pick in your hand. If you need it to play a passage like that, just with kind of single notes, or to strum, if you need to strum. But also, it allows you to use those dormant fingers that I guess are just hanging there in case you need them for different things. So so maybe playing something where you're actually strumming, and then you want to go to a kind of fingerstyle type thing, which case you could obviously use your pick. But you may want to use like your fingers, or you also may want to grab a chord. And by grab, what I mean is that you pick, and then these other fingers at the same time as you're picking, they pluck the strings. What happens if you strum something? There's a very short delay from when you strike the bottom one to when you, I guess, I can basically get to the top or the high note. With this grabbing technique, you're actually getting it all at once. So basically, I'll just run you through some basics of the technique. You may have heard of what's called Pima style guitar. Pima style guitar is it's named after the names of your like appendages here: P for thumb, I for index, M for middle, A for annular. So P-I-M-A. What is the basis of Pima technique is that your thumb is assigned to the bottom three strings, or the E, A and D, and then each of these three fingers here, I, M, A, takes one of the treble strings. I takes the G string, M takes the B, A takes the high E string. Okay, so P is assigned to the bottom three, and then I, M, A takes each of the top three strings. Okay. With hybrid picking, I tend to do the same thing, although now my pick takes the bottom three strings. Okay, and then these three fingers take the top three strings. Okay, so if I'm on if I'm playing, it's just holding a D chord, and I'm picking the D string, and then I use these three fingers to get the top three strings. That's a kind of really good exercise just to sort of start off with and get yourself really familiar with the technique. It's just to hold a very basic chord like say D, because obviously you'll be picking the D string, and then these three fingers can work on some independence and just getting a nice flowing sound. And you can sort of work up to that sort of thing. Okay, so if this is all fairly new to you, which it probably is, that's a really good sort of exercise to start with, is holding a D chord and getting used to using your other fingers on your right hand. Okay, you can practice changing chord obviously. Sorry. G chord. You can try and put that together. Okay, there's D, G, A. What you have to watch, obviously, is that the volume of each finger is around like the same. What tends to happen, I tend to favour my middle finger, which is my I finger. That tends to be a little bit louder than others. And you probably can't see from here, but I actually keep my fingernails cut really, really short, so I'm not using any nail on the sound, I'm just using the kind of fleshy part of my finger. Okay, so I'll just play a couple other things for you too, to sort of get the gist of this technique. I tend to find myself using this a lot more for other things too, for like lead guitar examples, or it actually works really well for I guess kind of classically inspired pieces too. If you've ever played any classical pieces, you'll find that if you play it with a pick, or you've played it with a kind of flat picking technique, you'll find that it requires a lot of jumps from kind of string to string, which can be very taxing on your right hand, which is obviously good because it forces you to sort of work really hard. The other way of playing that kind of thing is to use hybrid picking techniques. So if I just play something off the spot, what I'll do, I'll play something in E harmonic minor, which is this sort of sound. And what I might do, I might play some sort of scale type thing, and I'll go from the A string to the B string. There you go, some sort of little thing I just made up on the spot, but you can see there that when I'm playing, I'm going from I'm actually picking the A string, and I'm using this finger here, this is my middle finger, or the I finger, to play the B string. Now, I said before that if I'm playing a chord, I'll sort of have these like assigned to a string. That's just a very general rule. I tend to favour that finger for just playing one string. Okay, so if I'm playing one string, that finger just because it's a bit stronger than these other two fingers. So yeah, so that little classical piece, well, it's not really a piece, it's just a little thing I sort of made up. It's just a matter of I'm just sort of picking the A string and then using this finger to strike the B string. Okay, so if I was playing that with a pick, that would be quite demanding, and obviously I was playing that sort of at a rather fast tempo, and it didn't feel hard at all. It doesn't feel like I'm really kind of pushing like the boundaries of my technique. Obviously I've played this a bit, but it's certainly, after you get to that point of it feeling kind of natural, it certainly doesn't feel hard at all to play that sort of thing. Okay, so that's another, I guess, application of it. The other thing that you can do is that we can, what I might do is take a song. We might take a Green Day song, When September Ends, and that's got a little part at the start, and I'll just show you how you can use, I guess, hybrid picking to sort of compensate again for doing anything too tricky with your pick. Okay, the idea is not to, I guess, get lazy with your picking, but the idea is to obviously sort of, I guess, you know, if there's an easy way of doing something or a kind of smarter way of doing something, then I think that's a cool way to go. Certainly this works for me. So here's When September Ends. Here's the first bit. Now, if I just play it with a pick, I'll play it for you. Okay, so that was the intro. Played it with a pick. What you tend to do there is pick down, down, and then up. And you've got a skip from when you come back to the first part of it. What I can do, I can try and compensate that with using hybrid picking. I'll use my middle finger on that top note. So what will happen now is when I'm playing it, we pick down, 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 and then finger. So it does, the tone of the notes does sound slightly different, but certainly nothing that's too out of the ordinary. But what that does, basically, it's I find that hybrid picking is it's been one of those techniques that's kind of really helped me to get outside the box per se of, you know, just different things, and it's kind of like allowed me to play things that are more complex without having to sweat bullets in the process. So I think it's a really great technique. There's a lot of different players who use it. You could hop on YouTube or Google and type in hybrid picking and see what you come up with. But certainly it's a great thing to have on your belt. And if I can encourage you to practice that, then I certainly would. Well, I'll look forward to any comments or thoughts that you may have, and be happy to answer your questions in the comment section there, and I'll have these transcribed examples there for you to check out as well. It's been fun, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.